guys, welcome back to Nightcrawling Books with your girl Kay. As you can see by the title, we are reviewing Nightcrawling. Before I jump into the video, I just want to shout a couple people out. You guys recommended some books for me to read and review. So we have username Living with Kyla. You recommended Money Devil by Ashley and Jacquees. You know I like their books, so of course I'm going to purchase it. Then username The Real J Real. You recommended Best Friends by Tracy Jones. Unfortunately, I tried to look for this book. I could not find it. So if you're watching this video, drop in the comments where I could purchase the book. Send me the link if you can, because I couldn't find it on Amazon, and I don't shop at books at Barnes and Nobles like that. So yeah, let me know. And then we have username Chloe Luna. So you suggested Mogul by Terrence Dean, the Dirty Red series by Stringer, and then the Bitch series by Deja King. So of course I'm gonna purchase the books. I'm gonna read it and review it. If you want me to read a book, if you want me to read and review a book, drop in the comments. Let me know. I know people asked about me getting a PO box so you can send me books to read. Unfortunately, I don't have one right now, but send me the books that you want me to read and I'll purchase them. Alright, so let's just jump right into this video. I don't have any wine. I'm drinking some water today. So, Nightcrawling. I didn't really like the book too much. I thought it was predictable. It was just... It's based on a true story, I should say that. So if you haven't heard about the true story, go ahead and Google Nightcrawling true story. I just felt like everybody failed Kiara. I could not relate to any of the characters in the book. And when I can't relate to any of the characters in the book, it kind of brings the rating down for me. I sympathize with the character, the main character, and her story though. I definitely did, but I couldn't relate to any of the characters. There was no relatable characters, but I enjoyed the writing style. I heard that the author is a poet and her writing style is phenomenal. I think she wrote the book when she was 17, so you got to give her props where props is due. Like, for her to write a book like this is a good book. It just wasn't like high on my rating scale, but it was I enjoyed the book, but it wasn't for me, if that makes any sense, right? And I just found myself social working the whole book, so yeah, it wasn't for me. But anyways, so the main character resides in poverty, right, in Oakland, with her brother Marcus. So they live in what you a rundown apartment, right? They've been there for years. They're African American. Kiara is essentially deemed the matriarch of the household. She's trying to keep the family afloat. She's 17. She unfortunately dropped out of school. She's trying to look for jobs. Because she's underage, she can't get a good job, so she does little in and out jobs. She's struggling. She's trying to take care of her neighbor, little boy, I think he's 9, named Trevor. Trevor's mom is a drug addict. You know, she's very neglectful. You know, Kiara's like a mother figure to Trevor. Kiara and Marcus' parents, the father I believe is dead, and the mother is in jail. So the mother is in jail. Unfortunately, you know, I'm gonna try to keep this video short, not too long. So what happened was, you know, the mother in the beginning of the book, I couldn't deal with the mother. Like, any woman who essentially puts a man before her family, you have no respect in my eyes. So when the mother was young, she met the father. The father, you know, he was all for black rights. You know, he would rally, he would do certain things. So she seen him at, I believe it was a rally one day. She waited till she was older. The mother moved to Oakland, California. You know, she didn't know where he was. Like, she tracked him down, their father. She tracked him down, forgot his name, you know, until she located him. I think he was working at like a bar or something. You know, she pursued him. They got together, they got married, and her life, her goals, everything was about this man. Like, she was so head over heels for this man. Everything was this man, this man, this man. She held this man down when the man went to jail. Like, it was, her life was based around him. So when the father came out of prison, he got sick and he died, right? The mother couldn't handle that loss. Like, she couldn't function. She was depressed. You know, she wasn't taking care of the household how she should be. You know, the children essentially. You know, I believe she loved the kids, but her love for her husband overpowered that, and she couldn't see past that. So one day, it was three of them. It was Kiara, Marcus, and the little sister. I forgot her name. Damn. I forgot the little sister name. Start with an S though. Forgot the little sister name. Anyways, so start with an S. So the mother one day while everybody was out, the mother was at home with the daughter, right? Again, the thing was the apartment door did not lock. Like, it doesn't lock. So the mother decided that she can't live without her man, so she's gonna take her life. So she slit her wrist. While she was doing that, the little daughter, they have a pool in the complex. It's called a shitty pool because it's just mad nasty. The daughter like going to the pool or whatever. So when the mother slit her wrist, you know, the daughter went out, she drowned in the shitty pool. You know, they found her, and you know, the mother went to jail. And they couldn't forgive her for that, right? It's so hard. So when the mother went to jail, the father's dead. Marcus, because he was 18, you know, he got guardianship over Kiara. So my thing is like, one, Marcus is just barely 18, right? And this is where the system really, really failed them. The beginning of the end, right? So he got guardianship. He's barely 18. He didn't have a job at the time. How is it that he won custody? Like, I know permanency is to keep the families together. That's the goal of when you know, child protective services permanency plan, right? So my thing is like, but Marcus was not fit to take care of Kiara at the same time. And not to say that the system is any better, but you just threw them in there like, oh, he's 18, da da da. No, nothing. So like, that's where the system failed them, and I felt for them. I'm like, yeah, that's a downhill battle right there, right? So Marcus now had to grow up before his time. He became the man of the household. He was working jobs. You know, he was paying the bills. He was taking care of Kiara, you know, doing what he has to do. And also at the same time, Marcus' father's brother, right? Uncle Ty. Like, Uncle Ty and Marcus was like this. Like, everywhere you saw Uncle Ty, you saw Marcus, right? So when everything unfolded and went down, Uncle Ty decided that he was going to leave town and abandon Marcus and Kiara. Like, he dipped on them, changed his number, all that. Like, he didn't want no parts. So Marcus is dealing with that abandonment. He's just like, you know, how could Uncle Ty leave us and take care of us? And, you know, we was riding together, right? So now Marcus is like, he's trying to essentially live in Uncle Ty's shadow. He hasn't healed from that abandonment. He hasn't healed from that disappointment, that betrayal, right? So Uncle Ty now decides that, you know, he gonna write a couple songs or whatever, and he blows up. So now he's making money. He becomes a rapper. So now Marcus sees that. Now Marcus SoundCloud ass want to become a rapper. So Marcus just decides that he had his breakdown. He decides that he's gonna quit his job. He's gonna go in the studio. He's gonna rhyme. He's gonna get his tapes out there. Whatever I said, tapes, his records out there. And he's gonna blow up and be a rapper too. The problem is Marcus cannot rap. Marcus cannot rap. And it was a scene in the book where Marcus is in the studio, he mumbling and stuff. Marcus is surrounded by Cole, Tony, all these other dudes. And all these other dudes know that Marcus can't rap, that he's not gonna make it. And they're not even telling him. Like, they supporting the antics. And I'm just like, these are not your real friends. Like, bro, you trash. Like, you are trash. His lyrics was trash. The flow was trash. Like, you trash. Kiara knew that he was trash. But Kiara was like, you know what? He been taking care of the family, da-da-da. Marcus, I'm going to give you a year. If you don't blow up in a year, yo, you got to get a job. I need help. Right? So, unfortunately, they're in a rundown building. The landlord, Vernon, he's a slumlord. He's increasing the rent, right? Kiara's just like, what are we going to do? So, Kiara is like, I gotta get this money, not for myself, but for Trevor's apartment too. Because, of course, his mother's a drug addict. So, you know, Trevor needs somewhere to live. So, the thing is like, Kiara's trying to avoid CPS being called on Trevor. Because she didn't want Trevor to be taken away and into the system. Which, in one, Trevor should have, like, ACS should have been called. ACS should have been called since the boy was a baby, since he was born. To be honest with you, because D had other kids and all her other kids was taken away. Right. So the notice of eviction and rent demand posted on the door. Kiara will post it on Marcus' chest while he sleeps. She's like, yo, like, I need help. Kiara begged her brother, bro. Kiara begged her brother for help, and the man was like, I'm focused on my career. So Kiara was like, yo, like, we can't afford to get put out. Where we gonna go? I need to do this for me. I need to do this for my brother. I need to do this for Trevor, right? So, and granted, Kiara did what she had to do. Like, every day she was going out with her best friend, Ellie, it's spelled A-L-E, right? She going store to stores. Nobody will hire her. She had like a little job at a liquor store, whatever. But the owner, the woman, she died, so she couldn't get her job back. So Kiara was just like on her last resort. And again, when people is in distress and they in poverty, unfortunately, it sucks that a lot of people don't know the resources that are available to them. So she's not thinking like, oh, let me and Marcus go to the government for help. Like, let's go down to like our local HRA welfare building and see what help is available to us, right? She's thinking like, I need to get this money. We got a couple days. I think it was a couple days a week. What's up? So Kiara goes into the strip club. She's trying to get a job there, but she underage. So then she meets Marcus' ex-girlfriend. So the Marcus' ex-girlfriend is mad cool. I forgot her name. And she was just like, yo, I'm about to just, I know, I see that you stressed or whatever, can't give you a job. But she's like, introduce Kiara to some liquor. So Kiara drinking the drinks, the joints catching up to her. And this is where I'm like with this girl, right? She's underage. You giving her drinks back to back, right? And you don't stop it. So at one point, there was a white boy in the strip club looking at Kiara. They eyeing da. Kiara, Marcus' ex-girlfriend let Kiara leave drunk as hell. As Kiara's leaving, white boy chase after her. Kiara is just like she's so inebriated. So he's like, you know what time it is, like, but not really you know what time it is, but I know what this is. I know what I want, da. So they go in this building. They go upstairs to the roof. And he just stopped at her. Like, just effing her. After that, she got the money. You could tell that she felt disgusted. But it's like, all right, like, I got some money, whatever. So she realized, like, yo, like, I just got money for using my body. And she dissociated herself from her body, from the whole experience. And that's one thing I could say, like, during all her sexcapades, her encounters, she dissociated herself. Right? It's like an out-of-body experience. And it was just like, honestly, like reading it, it was like I don't want to say amazing to read, but I'm just going to say, I can't think of the word that I want to use right now. Amazing to read, like how she was able to do that almost every time. Right? So as she's walking home, whatever, she got the heels and all that extra stuff on. She meets a sex worker named Camilla. So Camilla's like, what you doing out here, da. I can introduce you to my pimp. Like, you need somebody that's gonna protect you. You could get more money, da. Like, low-key, that's what really her introduction to sex work happened when she met Camilla, right? So, she goes home. She's not really so much thinking about the experience. I'm just like, yo, like, as I'm reading, I'm like, yo, you know what just happened to you? Like, you know what just happened to you? So then she's trying to, she after that encounter, she goes back to Marcus, begging Marcus, like, yo, go get a job. Marcus is like, no, I'm in the booth, da. Kiara like, yo, we running out of time. So Kiara and her best friend is really close. They spend all the time together. So, but Kiara didn't want her best friend Ellie, we just gonna call her A, to know what she was doing. And the reason why, because A had a sister, older sister, and the sister disappeared. And to say that, you know, she was kidnapped into human trafficking and stuff like that. So it's a sensitive topic for A, because Clara has been missing for a minute. So it's like if Kiara goes to tell A, like, yo, like da da da, like I'm doing this, you know, A gonna feel the type of way, because he's like, you know what happened to my sister, which, and that's putting too much pressure on Kiara, because it's like, you know, Kiara's situation, and you steady saying like, oh, it's gonna get better, we're gonna make it through, but you not helping her. Like, yeah, you going with her, you in the freaking skate park while she looking for jobs, but you are not helping, like you're not providing no funds. So what are you talking about? So anyways, so, you know, Kiara continues doing what she do. So she go on the strip or whatever, and you know, she having sex. So she, at one point, she enlists Marcus' friend Tony to come protect her on while she do what she do, right? Tony had a huge crush on Kiara. So while Kiara is like getting in cars and all that extra stuff, and this is the thing with Kiara, right? Kiara didn't know the business of sex work. So when she would do it, like, these men would degrade her, would do what they want to her, and cheat her out of her money, and that really pissed me off. But they knew that she was new to it, so it's like, what can she do? And it's a crime, so what can she do, right? So at one point, Tony, this was the first night Tony went out with her. Tony's like, yo, you know, I'm gonna get an extra job, you don't gotta do this, let me take care of you. But Kiara wasn't even feeling Tony like that. To be honest with you, I feel like Kiara was a lesbian, because like when she would have sex with men, she had no emotional connection to any man or anything like that, even prior to like sex. So I'm just like, yeah, I think she's a lesbian, right? But obviously you're gonna get the money from men. So that happened, right? And, you know, Marcus doesn't know what Kiara's doing at this point. Tony knows. You know, Tony could have been like, go to Marcus like, yo, you need to help your sister. Your sister's out here selling her body to make ends meet, and you out here mumble rapping SoundCloud ass. But no, he didn't do that. Again, everybody that was around Kiara was failing her. So, and I'm not gonna spoil it yet, right? Anyways, so one night, you know, Kiara's doing what she do with this dude who got girls in his mouth. He tried to take advantage of her, this, that, and third. Like, I think at one point her heel had broke. They go in the alley or whatever. He trying to rape her. Like, he trying to rape her. Like, she don't want it. He trying to rape her. The cops pull up, whoop-de-whoop. The cops let the dude go. Then it's white cops that pull up. The white cops arrest Kiara. Like, yo, you know what you're doing. We could take you to jail, da-da-da. To avoid going to jail, Kiara agrees to give the cops her numbers. And she basically agrees. Now, I don't want to say agree, because I'm not going to say that she agreed. She didn't want to go to jail or whatever, but she was basically forced into an agreement with multiple white cops that whenever they call her, she got to answer, she got to perform sexual favors, right? Some of the cops would pay her. Some of the cops would be like, yo, me, you is the payment because I'm keeping you out of trouble, da-da-da-da, right? I'm not going to get into the details, but it was multiple cops. She would go to parties. She would go to hotel rooms. When they having sex with her, they will put guns to her head, like loaded guns to her head. They having sex with her, not caring that they pull the trigger right then and there, that they will blow her head out. Like, she was scared as hell. Like, that part, like, it infuriated me. It pissed me off. It made me cry. I'm just like, yo, like, the abuse that she's indulging. Sometimes it's so hard that it will be rape. Like, she didn't want it to be rape. Like, they did her dirty, right? But again, she dissociated herself after all these encounters. Like, Kiara also never processed anything that she went through. She was going through all these traumatic experiences. She never, not once, processed it. Her mindset was like, it is what it is. I'm doing this to get the money. I'm taking care of Trevor. She was making the money to pay her rent, Trevor's rent, keeping everybody afloat. And at the same time, she was still washing Marcus' dirty ass drawers, which really pissed me off. So, long story short, right, you know, she's forced into this agreement with cops. So whenever they call, she got to answer whatever they pull up on her. And she remember the cops' name, not their names, their actual name, but she remember each badge number, right? Like, whatever. It will be a few cops that was like showing so that they try to be nice, but they was down with the get down, whatever, right? At one point, Marcus comes back with some fucking paint. She liked to do like graffiti and stuff like that. She was very talented. And, you know, they went under underpass, they painting and this, that, and the third. And, you know, low-key, Kiara's like, yo, Marcus, I'm selling my body to make ends meet, right? So Marcus like, oh, judging her. Like, he goes off like, oh, you doing this shit? So she's like, I'm doing this for you. Like, I gave you a year. Your year's up. You're not helping me, or you're going to get a job. Prior to that, I meant to say she had a conversation with Marcus, right? Marcus' ex-girlfriend got him a job at the strip club. So Marcus over here serving this dude. The dude said something. Marcus don't like Marcus. Run off and stormed out and quit, right? So Kiara's like, "How you gonna quit? You know we got stuff going on." And then Marcus come out like, "Oh, I tried the 9 to 5. I tried to get a job. It don't work. Like I'm trying to become a rapper." Kiara low-key like, "That's not gonna happen. Like it's not gonna happen." So long story short, Kiara's like, "Yo, you gonna help me or not? If you're not gonna help me, then you could get out the apartment that I'm paying rent for." And I was like, "You goddamn right, get your ass out." I was so glad that she stood up to him. So Marcus basically said, "Nah, I'm not gonna help you. You do what you gotta do. You disgust me." And he got his clothes and he did. And I'm just like, as an older brother, your little sister's pleading to you like, "Yo, I don't really want to do this. I don't want to do this. I need your help. I need you to get a job because you're older, you can get a job." He basically said, "You," got his clothes and dipped. So now he's staying with his friend Cole, right? And then Marcus goes on to begin selling drugs. Like you selling drugs is any better than Kiara selling her body. All right, so long story short, right? Camilla had offered Kiara to take up on an option to meet with her pimp. Kiara goes to the house to meet with the pimp or whatever, and she realized like, "Yo, these girls are never going to get out there being held low-key, being held hostage. Like this is not for her." And I was so happy that Kiara was really smart. Those situations that she was put in, like she was very astute. So which means easy to assess the situation, whatever. And I was just like, all right, cool, like we good. So Kiara gets a call while she's at the house party, whatever, and it's from one of the officers like, "Yo, get out of there. This is an undercover operation. They about to come in, da da da." So Kiara tries to warn Camilla. Camilla's just like, "Nah, you lying." Kiara goes in the front. There's a cop outside waiting. I forgot the cop number, whatever, 4 something, da da da, 316. I don't know. Right, so that white cop, he was considered to be one of the low-key good ones. So that she gets in the car with the cop, they pull up, they go to his actual house, right? So in his actual house, she already know what was about to go down. She realized, like, he don't really have much. So he tells her to lay down on the bed in her sweaty clothes. Mind you, she don't even go in bed. Come on. You don't even go bed, so they both not. So they lay down, whatever. She's telling him like, we do this. You're gonna have to give me my payment. He's like, all right, I'm gonna pay you, da da da. So they do what they do, whoop de whoop. After that, she's like, "Yo, I need my money." He's just like, "Me save you from the party. Where's your payment?" And he forced her to like sleep there. Da da da. So she wake. Actually, they go to sleep. She wake up. He didn't give the payment. This and the third. And I'm just like, you see how these dirty ass cops is, yo? Really pissed me off. But they knew Kiara didn't have like a strong backbone to demand what she wanted, and they used fear to get to her. She was so scared. And people act like she wanted to do this. She was scared as hell. These are the cops, the biggest gang. Like, come on, like these are cops. What you expect? All right. Whoop de woo. After that, Kiara ends up turning 18, right? So on her 18th birthday, she go outside, she's by the pool with Trevor outside. They go swim, whatever. 2 cops pull up to her. They like, "Yo, we need to talk to you, She's like, "For what?" So she ended up going to the police station. They ask her a question. She's like, "Why you asking me questions?" They let her go, right? She ended up saying some stuff about like cops and stuff. They let her go. So fast forward, Kiara doesn't find out that exactly what happened. How she found out? Damn, hold on 1 second, hold on. Oh, this is what happened. After she left to go for the police station, she's not thinking nothing of it, right? So the cops call her to come to this big ass party. She gets to the party, whatever. She go outside for a breather. She having sex with multiple people back to back. It's all the cops that she knew was there. We got the captains there. We got sergeants there. We got the whole level of the cops there at this party. Everybody fucking is not only her. She's not the only girl. There's other girls there, right? She go outside for some air. She needed a break. the female police officer that pulled up to her, whatever, was hiding behind a bush or whatever, was like, yo, I need to talk to you, da da da. She tell Kiara, like, your name came up in the investigation for a cop who committed suicide. He wrote a suicide note and he listed everything that happened. He put your name in it, right? She was like, regardless what your help or not, I'm going to expose the police department. I'm trying to keep your name out of it, but I'm going to expose what's going on, whatever. It's released in the press, the suicide note, but they have blocked out Kiara's name. But they're not. Them police officers not stupid. So now Kiara is like, damn, like shit going in her head. Police officers following her. They low key threatening her. Keep my name out your mouth, bitch. Da da da. So now she's in the middle of this investigation. So her name was out of it for a long time. So she's scared. Like she can't do nothing. She's not leaving the house. Like she's afraid, right? And also, I forgot to say this. Her and A had fell out, right? Her and A had went to the skate park or whatever. And when they was at the skate park, Camilla had walked up. Camilla's the sex worker. Walked up to her like, hey girl, I haven't seen da da da. So Kiara low-key telling Camilla like, walk up, I'm gonna hit you up, da 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 da. So when she turned around, A's like, how could you do this? What my sister went through. I can't look at you. This, that, and third. And, she got mad at Kiara for doing what she's doing, so they stopped speaking. So Kiara now has no one. And again, she's looking out for Trevor. Trevor's mom is still missing. At one point, Trevor ends up moving in with Kiara because, it's easy for her to just pay that rent and keep an eye on Trevor. Like, she would take Trevor to school this time and third, right? So she got all these responsibilities on plate, plus this investigation now, and plus cops is following her, so now she's paranoid. So... breather, take a breather. So now, Kiara's just like, what the hell? So fast forward a little bit, Kiara decides that she's gonna go to Marcus and actually tell Marcus what's going on and say tell Marcus that she need help, right? So she goes to Marcus at Cole's crib. Of course, like I said, Marcus selling drugs. She tells Marcus, like, yo, this is what's going on. I'm in the middle of an investigation. So Marcus is like, yo, I'm sorry. I should have done my job. Like, I'm not going to become no rapper. This, that, and third, right? So now, once Marcus agrees to go help whatever, they step outside. Cole had pulled up in the car. And right when he pulls up, the cops come, arrest Cole and Marcus, and Cole had a product on him in the car, so now they both in jail. Everybody blaming Karen like, oh, because you in this investigation, the cops follow you, they wouldn't have been arrested because of you. So now Karen feels responsible for Marcus' arrest. So she goes to see him in jail. Now she's like, damn, like what am I gonna do? So she had hit up the lady police officer that had called her at the party, like, yo, this, that, and third, I need your help. So she low-key said, like, I can't really help you, that like that. But here's the number and the name to a lawyer named Marsha, right? It's a white lady named Marsha. At the same time, Kiara goes to see her mother in like the halfway house, like, yo, prior to that happened, Marcus had reached out to Kiara, was like, yo, you need to call Uncle Ty. Marcus don't want nothing to do with the mother. So Kiara was like, all right, I'm about to go to go see my mother, talk to her, see if she got Uncle Ty's number. So she goes to see the mother, talking. The mother is saying that she got Uncle Ty's number. Come to find out she don't really have it. So then Kiara called in a favor with the lady cop again. The lady cop was like, yo, we got three numbers for Uncle Ty, Tyrene, whatever his name is, in Los Angeles. She called, Kiara calls each number. The uncle finally answer. She tell him like, yo, like, this is what it is. Marcus is asking for you. He said you owe him a favor. You need to pull up right now. Boom, right? The uncle pull up like, yo, I know what's going on. I know that's you in the news. You disgust me. Your father would be so disappointed. So Kiara tears him a new one. Like, yo, you left the family. You would never do shit for me. Who are you to judge me? Who do you think you is? Like, Marcus looked up to you. Like, you not here for me. You here for Marcus. So Marcus, they go see Marcus in the jail the next day. they talked to whoop-de-whoop. Uncle Ty was like, yo, when your dad died, your mother got arrested, I need to live my life. I was living my life for y'all, and I couldn't do it no more. I need to make a name for myself. So yeah, I dipped out on y'all. I started my own family. I'm not proud of that, but I had to do what I had to do. He was a sorry excuse for a man. That's your family, bro. That's your family. That's your family. So Marcus is like, yo, like, I don't want no money from you. After hearing what he had to say, I don't want no money for you. Put the money on the books for Cole, so he could get out. Because Cole had a family, a girlfriend, a little kid, right? So, Kiara's like, they all, at the same time, they kept asking Kiara, like, are you going to testify? Are you going to testify so that they can get an indictment? So Kiara's like, damn, it's her fault that Marcus is in jail. She got Trevor. The only reason why she's going to go through with the whole process of indictment so that the lawyer, Marsha, could help Marcus out as well. So she hit the lawyer up, right? The lawyer tell her, like, all right, we're going to do this. So she's prepping her for the asking questions. The lawyer also failed her because I don't feel like, well, I'm jumping the gun, right? So fast forward, you know, they prepping for the grand jury. You know, Kiara's scared. She's still being followed. This, that, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Come time for the grand jury, you know, they went over the preliminary questions and what she would be answering, stuff like that. But, you know, during it was time for Kiara to testify and stuff like that. Pause. I skipped the part. Hold up. Let me reverse back a little bit, right? So Trevor liked to play basketball. And one day, Trevor got beaten up so badly. So Trevor was really, really beaten up. So when Kiara came home, you know, Kiara's trying to nurse him back to health. She can't tell nobody because obviously she can't take him to the hospital because obviously, you know, CPS gonna get called. The mother's still nowhere to be found. So Trevor's beaten up, laid down. So she's trying to like really help that situation. It got to the point where, you know, Kiara and her lawyer wouldn't fold. So CPS was called. Fucking Vernon brought the worker to the crib. The worker took one look at Trevor. Trevor was removed from the home. So now Kiara's broken. Like, she's broken. Like, this. What else do she have to lose? Like, she don't even care no more. So anyway, fast forward now. She's testifying at the grand jury. No, the lawyer's not there. It's just the jury, the prosecutor, Kiara, right? And then the lady cop. So this is why I said the lawyer failed her, because Kiara was answering the questions, but if you read the book, how she was answering the questions, she was not fully prepared. And Kiara, like, she'll answer the questions and they make it seem like Kiara wanted this, even regardless that she was underage. They didn't care about that. It was like, you didn't really prep her to answer these questions, like do a trial run. And Kiara didn't tell her story, like the full story. Like, Kiara didn't tell them that she was in a hotel room with them and they was putting guns to her head. Like, it was like very minimum, like, oh, I was underage, this is what happened, they paid me, da da da. It wasn't down and gritty like it should have been. Like, the real story wasn't like that. And then after the grand jury, she finished answering the questions. I was just like, I already know, like, they're not gonna indict. Like, they're gonna look at her like she's a sex worker. And I already know, like, and this is real shit. Black women are the most disrespected women in America. We don't get the help that we need. Black women, black little girls. I didn't honestly speaking, reading this book, I didn't think no justice would be served. I'm like, I'm gonna read this book, go through this book, and I know no justice is gonna be served for what happened, right? Long story short, they get the verdict. There will be no indictment, right? So after that, the lawyer is like, oh, there's nothing I could do. I can't help you. I can't help Marcus. Da da da. So now the chance of Marcus getting out of jail is slim to none. The lawyer just stop communication right then and there. I'm just like, the only reason why the lawyer took the case on, because it would have helped her career. Like, had there been an indictment, the lawyer would have been in the news and stuff like that. So that's why I feel like she only took it for clout. She didn't take it because she really believed Kiara. She really wanted to help Kiara. She took it for clout, and that pissed me off. But I'm not surprised by YT. I'm not surprised. So anyways, you know, now she lost everything. Her brother's in jail. At one point in the book, you know, she go to talk to her mother and ask her mother, like, why. At one point, the mother had helped her release the pain that she was, everything that she was feeling. They had walked the bridge. And she was just like, yo, I loved your daddy so much I couldn't function. That's what she did, but she didn't mean for her daughter to die. So, you know, they had a little clarity on that end. But again, Kiara is all alone. Then her best friend wants to come back after the verdict and bring her food in the apartment and sit down and talk to her like everything is all good. I would have said, fire for you. Next thing you know, they're in the apartment, they kissing, this, that, and the third. Like I said, I already knew she was a lesbian. And all is forgiven. I was just like, Kiara extended so much grace to the people who should have had her back, who she loved dearly, who she wanted to protect, right? Who she wanted to care for. She extended so much grace. And I'm like, hey, you bring your little fucking family food. You left her hanging. You blaming her for Clara's disappearance and for her doing sex work like she's the one who kidnapped your damn sister. And throughout the book, everybody judged Kiara, but nobody understood that Kiara was doing what she had to do. Also, at one point in the book, the lawyer had helped Kiara get resources like food stamps and a housing voucher, right? They didn't know that these resources were available to them prior to that. So it's just like, a lot of the time we are misinformed or uneducated about the resources that's available to us in the community, especially for those who live below the poverty line, right? And I'm just like, you know, nobody knew. Nobody thought to help her, but everybody wanted to judge her when she's doing something to make ends meet. She couldn't get a job. She underage. She was trying. She did everything she could before she went into that life, right? But they was judging her, and I couldn't respect none of the characters. Everything just pissed me off. Nobody was there. Nobody protected Kiara. Like Trevor's a little boy, so we're gonna leave Trevor out of it. Nobody protected Kiara. The book ends, you know, there's no justice served. I think in the real story, she getting compensated. I haven't followed up on it, but yeah. The book was a slow burn. It just took too long to get into everything. It's just like they had the skate park, they this, that, and the third. Like, it was a very slow burn. It took forever. Had to pick up the book, had to stop it. Sorry, I got a cold. And it was not my cup of tea. I just knew what was gonna happen from the book. Like, a lot of the time, justice is not served for people of our color, unfortunately. But yeah, if you read the book, drop in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure what the next book review is going to be. Like I said, I have a lot of books that I've read, but I'm not sure if I want to do those reviews. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you want me to read. Also, I've been getting a lot of DMs that I should do a Q&A on my page. If you think I should do a Q&A, drop it under this video. Just comment yes to Q&A, and then we'll go from there. But until next time, your girl is out.